How many fix and flip deals can you do at one time? I know it's exciting to start crunching numbers about your future real estate success. You're thinking, can I do 5 deals a year with a $40,000 average profit, which by the way is how much my average borrowers make on a deal? Then you can easily quit your job and go comfortably full time. But is that really realistic? Well, that's what we're gonna talk about. So let's break this down. If each deal is gonna take you between 4 and 6 months, there's going to have to be some overlap. But is that doable is the real question. Well, it depends on your experience and it depends on what you're doing. If you're just getting started, let's talk about how some of the ways that would actually work. So let's say your average deal takes 6 months. So let's say you close in January and this goes to June and this is 6 months and this is deal 1. Okay, deal 1. But here's the thing you've got to realize. Part of this time, probably about 30 days, is just having the property under contract with the new buyer, them doing their due diligence and those types of things. So you're really not involved a lot with that. You've got to make sure they end up closing. And you probably have about 60 days where you've got the property for sale, where it's listed for sale. So right there, we've got 3 months. Now you've got 3 months here where you're getting all the construction done. And hopefully it takes you less than 3 months, but it might take you as much as 3 months. Just so you know, my rule of thumb is $1,000 a day. If it's a $30,000 rehab, it should be done in about 30 days. And then I do plus 10 days, so it'd be 40. The reason for the plus 10 is getting permits, getting started, getting some keys, the contractor coming on the job or going off another one, whatever the case is. So I always give a plus 10 days and that should be 40 days. So if it's a $60,000 remodel, it's gonna be 60 days plus 10 for those things, which would be a 70-day remodel process, okay? So, and so you may have the remodel done in 60 days, right? Let's just say you got it done in 60 days, so that gives you another 30 days here. So basically, you've got that one property and your rehab, which is typically the place where you make or lose money. Well, let me back up. You make money when you buy a property, but you realize it when you sell the property. That's when you actualize it. But let's just say here, you've got 2 months where you are going crazy getting the rehab done. Well, guess what? During that same 2 months, you can be finding a new property. I'm working on finding a property and I'm working on the remodel. Once I get done with the remodel, I can close on another property. Take me 2 months to do the rehab on that property. I'm working on finding another property. I find another property, it takes me 2 months. I find another property while I'm remodeling, it takes another 2 months. So basically we're saying every 2 months, if you don't want to be doubling up on your rehab, we're basically saying every 2 months, you could be acquiring a new property, which means you would be doing 6 properties a year, okay? That's what we're talking about here, 6 properties a year. Now, if you times that by $40,000, which is kind of the average profit that our customers are seeing, $40,000, let's just get out the handy dandy calculator, times 6, that's $240,000 in income if everything goes well, right? Now, this takes work, guys. This takes a lot of work because you've got to be making sure the rehab happens and you've got to be finding a property every 2 months. You're finding a property and you're getting the rehab of another property done. So you're gonna have to have great general contractors. You're gonna have people that you trust. Now, can you do more than 6? Absolutely. You could be doing multiple rehabs all at the same time. You could have 3 or 4 deals going at the same time. But my recommendation is only to have 1 deal in rehab at a time. So you can put your focus on that until you get some success, until you have a track record. Then once you have that track record, then you can start doing multiple rehabs at the same time. What I would recommend doing though is get started with 1. Get started with 1 and see where that goes. Now, if you've already done 1, then let's try and do 2 in a year. And if you've done 2, let's try and do 3 in a year. 2 in a year is pretty simple, where we're finding a property, we're fixing that property up, getting that property sold, working on finding a new property. That gives us about 4 months to find a new property before we've got to get the other one under work. So that can happen. But the real answer to this story is you can do as many as you can find good deals for. But you want to be patient with yourself because it does take time to find good deals, especially your first one. And you want to make sure you're not getting yourself overloaded. One of the number one things I see happen is I see people underestimating how much repairs will be needed and overestimating what the property will actually sell for. Those are the 2 mistakes I see real estate fix and flippers making all the time. So you want to be very careful that your property value is solid. You're also going to be very careful that your numbers on the rehab are really good. The other way I see people making some big mistakes on fix and flips is they don't do enough to inspect the quality of workmanship and the quality of materials that is going in from the general contractor. See, you can't just tell the general contractor, pick whatever carpet you want, pick whatever flooring you want, do those types of things. Absolutely not. You have to determine what those things are. And as a matter of fact, you can actually put color palettes together. So when we are doing a lot of fix and flips, we would have 3 different house plans. It basically would have different paint, different carpet, different tile, and they would kind of match each other. And we'd say, will this house be better with this one, or this one? And our contractor knew that we were going to do a plan A, and this is exactly what it is, and this is the SKUs, and this is the colors, and this is what it looks like. And so we didn't have to rethink the wheel all the time. That's something that a lot of contractors will do, is they'll just have basic build out plans, and they will make it look the same and say, you can choose this, you can choose this, and you can choose this, which makes it easier for your construction guys. It also makes it easier for you to make sure that they're putting in the right things, because it's the same thing you're putting in every single time, and you can give them a specific SKU number or the specific name, so there is not a way for a mistake. I'll tell you, nothing is more heart-wrenching than walking into a property to find the color of that property is not the color that you wanted it to be. Now, that is a migraine headache. Now, we've got tools and forms and ways that you can save that headache by making sure it's all clear, it's all spelled out, and you have things in advance. The idea here is you've got to be very careful with those things. You want to get the repairs done. You want to get them done on time. You want to get them done on budget. You don't want to underestimate the repairs. You do not want to overestimate the rehab, and you need to be finding great properties. That's what it's all about here, in determining how many you can do. Again, I'd start with one and then work your way up. So I've got a great video you're going to enjoy. It's how to easily scale from 1 flip per year to 10 flips per year. I'm gonna put it on the screen so you can check it out. You can learn how I scaled my business. You can learn the one foundational skill to grow fast, and you can learn how this is possible. Check out this video. I know you're gonna love it. Make it a very profitable day.